I just thought I'd say real quick before the video, if you do end up liking this content or enjoying it, subscribing really will help me make more of this content, and it will be greatly appreciated. Yeah, thank you, and enjoy the video. I'm gonna be doing Mars Horizon. I've been doing this for like a week or two now, and it's a pretty fun game, but most people don't know it. It's slipped by a lot of people. So what you do in it is basically you start out in January of 1957, I think it is, and you're trying to do like a space race type thing. So if I go to new game, then you can be the European Space Agency, you can be NASA, you can be the Soviet Union, you can be China, or you can be Japan. They all have different buffs. Probably the best one though is Japan, because you get extra research if you get in the top 3 for milestones. Milestones are basically like first to get a satellite in orbit, things like that, and you get science from that. You also need money. You would get 25% of that as well for every lucrative type of request mission. So there are milestones and there are missions like side missions, side quest, and all science related building adjacency bonuses are doubled. So I think this is the best one. The US just achieving top 3 milestone grants, double support bonus, 3 available contractors, and the total astronaut recruitment pool is doubled. So pretty like tame, I guess. I'm just gonna be Japan. So you got Explorer, you got Pioneer, and you got Veteran. Veteran's like hard mode, normal mode, easy mode. I'm gonna do Pioneer because I have yet to really get a good foothold in Veteran without every other space agency overtaking me and completely destroying me. So I guess I'm just going to get into it. Okay then, here we are. Welcome director, and we are here. We are the Japanese, so yeah. So I guess, so here's a science page. You have missions, you gotta get like, you gotta research the mission first, and then you get the payload for the mission, and then you're also going to need like vehicles for the mission, and you're also going to need launch pads to launch the mission. And so yeah, there are buildings, vehicles, and missions. So what I think I'm gonna do today is just try to get this thing right here, the payload that orbits the moon. So it may not seem like a lot, but that's a good amount of time spent trying to get here, because you are going to need these 2 vehicles up here, I think it is. One of these 2, or maybe it's just these 2. And you also are going to need this mission, and you are also going to need, I'm pretty sure, a small rocket pad, but I mean that's not a lot, but yeah. So in the buildings you can get extra research down this way. You can get astronauts by getting astronaut buildings and stuff. Spaceplane runways for like, you get stuff like what is it called, the space shuttle, and this is like the Japanese space shuttle, I guess is what they're trying to say. But yeah, so basically just a pretty simple game. So what we are going to do first, I'm going to come back to the research later, is you can click on Earth, and you can see here are all the milestones: test launch, artificial satellite, animal in space, satellite imaging, human in space, multi-crew orbit, orbital EVA, commercial satellite, which will, yeah, okay, so here are like where the missions will be. And again, so the first thing everyone does is they just start out with this mission. So what you do here, it's always a preset rocket, although you can like design the top and bottom stages later on in the game, but it's just like 2 preset half and half, but there are a lot of choices. So I'm gonna build this for 80,000. I have 100,000 and it'll take 2 months to build. I'm gonna do that, but what I will need to launch this is actually the small launch pad. So I'm going to research that. That's going to take me a month because I need 120 science from my headquarters, and I've just researched a small launch pad. You can see down here, funding review will like give me more funding. Right now I only have 51k. The more support I have, the more funding I will get, and the rocket is done. So the rocket is a month till done. So what I'm going to do right now is actually start researching the next mission, because I want to build the payload. So the next mission, artificial satellite, the payload is Osumi, and the vehicle I will need to do that is this and this, top and bottom stages. So I like to build the payload first, because this will take 1 or 2 months, I think, and the vehicles will only take about a month each. And so this thing can take like 2 or 3 months to build. Down there it says 2 months on the right side, and these only take like 2 months to research, so that's why I'm doing that. Let's see here. So now we can come to our base. This is our base. It's a bit bigger than the NASA base and one. And you need to clear like the land in order to place new things in. But if you just kind of place a building here, it will just add the cost together. So it's 75,000 to clear one obstructed object and put this down. But over here it's just 50k. And you can see there's plus and minus symbols. Those symbols give buffs and debuffs. On the bottom right corner, small launch pad, you'll see -1 payload reliability, but -2 vehicle build time. If I just move it right here, then you'll just get the -2 vehicle build time. Vehicle build time is how fast the vehicle is built, and payload reliability is, I will explain that to you when we get there, because that is a bit hard to explain without some context, and it'll take a month to build. Luckily, that is the exact same time our rocket will take to build, so we can just hop on over to the next month, and our launch pad is done, and our rocket is done. So now we can do launch preparations. As you can see, it has 30% launch reliability. Critical failure means the entire thing is just destroyed. Negative failure means that you'll get a little debuff. Launch positive means nothing happens, and positive event, launch success means nothing happens, and positive event will mean that you get a buff or something. So we just set the launch date. Here's optimal, suboptimal, -20 launch reliability, invalid launch date. I cannot launch here at all. So I'm just going to go for next month real quick, because I want this done as soon as possible. Okay, great. We are the first one to do that. Let's see if it loads. Good. Okay, so we got good conditions. These like happen randomly, like you'll get some conditions that are good or bad or anything else. But yeah, let's launch it. So we can just wait for this countdown and just skip it. And we can also skip this. The cutscenes are pretty long and they're just kind of drawn out, so it's better. And we can also skip that takes kind of full. So we actually got past critical failure, negative event, and we got 73% success, which gave us a launch success. No mission effects. We get a level up here, then we're never going to use this rocket again. Or we might once or twice, but that gives us plus 15 launch reliability. That's launch success. We got the buffs because we didn't get a debuff. We got 125 support and 313 signs for 1 month, which means on top of our 120 signs we will get 313, so now we have 433, which will effectively mean that, oh, and yes, after you research the artificial satellite, you unlock the moon. And here's the moon. There's only like 2 main things for the moon, but you can get a lot of requests, and you can also get pretty good rewards, as you can see. Yeah, I think I will also be trying to get to the moon first, although I have like yet to do that because it's pretty hard, but we will see. So let's just hop on over to the next month. So we're just complete, and we'll start building our boosters now. Go back to our missions, I mean to say, and plan the mission, and that will take 2 months. Our booster is done, and our other booster is done right as the payload's done. So now we can just design the vehicle. So here's the design part. Later on you'll also get like contracts with other people. But yeah, so the Osumi has plus 10% launch reliability, minus 10 payload, just standard. So we can just add this, so you can just design it like however. And over here you will see the launch reliability, but this is only top stage. If you like selected this and then you just selected this, then it has 90%, or if you just select like whatever. Some of them you can't even do because they're not powerful enough to lift the top half. So these two are going to be too powerful enough, but I'm actually going to just select this one because this is the minimum we need, and this is the only research. It also has 73% launch reliability, only requires a small launch pad, and only takes 100,000 to build, which is perfect. Now we can head over to here, and I don't want to research lunar orbit just yet. I want to try to get a research lab first, because then I can get the research expansion, which will give me more research in total. So let's just try to get this. This will give me plus 50 signs per month, which is a huge buff. So research lab, we can get the training mission, so they're also training. This takes 3 months. You get 2 green arrows there, or we can rotate it just pressing X. How many more months? Oh, okay, so I cannot show you because it's 1 month left. Okay, launch preparations. So here's the training. You can train science, payload reliability, and launch reliability. So this is one that will deal with payload reliability. So let's just get out there. Perfect. We are the first one. So we will also get the first buff for it. It's here. It's raining, so we have bad condition. I don't care. We can reschedule the launch as well, but I'm confident that this won't explode because it's 56% launch reliability. Oh, we actually got pretty good. That's surprising. You may use these again for some mission, side mission or whatever. So here's what you gotta do. So the mission is achieve Earth orbit, and you need to collect 2 comms and 2 data. Now you can collect these by doing these, which takes energy or power. And as you go on, for the missions, it'll get more complicated. As you can see here, there's the thing, if you get in the red, you have to use an extra power to back it up. If you get in the green, you get something extra. But we only have 2 commands in the ship, and as time goes on, we'll get more and more power and everything else. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to get this. Oh, also, if we get 3 and 3 instead of the 2 and 2 you require, we'll get a 50% bonus, so that is what I'm going to go for. Because on here it's pretty easy. That was lucky, that was good. So let me see here. So now I can just do that, just like that, and then I can just pop that in there. Okay, so it got the red, and then does this little animation. I need to reassist it with another power if I want to get the full 2, or I mean the full 3. So I will reassist it because I do want the full 3. Now I'm left with 0 energy. 2 turns left though, so I can just recharge the battery and get down. Right? If you just hear me spam clicking, that's just like to skip all the cutscenes. So there we go, and that is a lot of science and a lot of support. The funding review will be in 2 months, so that is very, very good. And then you will also get these events. Fear over artificial satellite. Your advisors believe agreeing with the request will improve your reputation with China, though they will likely gain science from it. So this happens if you get first in the satellite thing. First satellite launch, which you usually can do pretty easily. So what I will do is I will actually reject this request, because then I will get 100% support and I will lose 20% reputation, which will help me in the future. So if you can see here, funding modifiers competing, that means that I have bad relations with someone, so I get plus 2% resources, and that someone just happens to be China. Research, you can also get buffs from research and support if you have friendly relations with other space agencies, as you can see here. I'm pretty neutral with everybody. Well, Japan is pretty neutral with everybody except for China mostly. But okay. So now that that's done, we got the research expansion, which is very good. We can start on our lunar orbit, go to our base, and we cannot because we have insufficient funds. But we get the funding review now, and as we can see here, we got that, and we got about half of that. So now our funding is 102k and not 51k. So that's already done. So what we can do, we can just come to the hidden, but that is going to take a bit of time because we only get 120 signs per turn. Well, per month, I guess you could say, not turn. This is in the game, but yeah. So if we place it here, we get 20 signs per month. If we place it here, we get nothing. If we place it here, we'll get minus 10 signs per month. So we want to place it here. So that will also remove that, and we can wait a bit. Oh, we can also get a request real quick. So this will only take 1 month to do because, yeah, it's a quick satellite launch. Or we can just do atmospheric sampling. So I think what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to plan the atmospheric sampling because all we need is just this rocket. Build that real quick. Now, let's see, what was I going to say? Okay, so the research expansion is complete. We can come in here. The sounding rocket is very good. whatever it's called. And now we can train science because we got the science lab. Max we can get is plus 25% science, so I'm gonna do it for there so we don't get suboptimal. I'm gonna do it for June. Oh, and yes, so for the active missions, you can only have one for now, but if you get buildings and stuff from the research, such as mission control, you can get another mission slot, and so on and so forth, because there's more mission controls down here, expansions, and everything else. So yeah. Okay, so Race to Space, prospect of launching the first human into space is dominating newspapers, so here is the first kind of race to space aspect where you can get a lot of support or you can lose a lot of support. I'm going to say I'm going to win because I already have a pretty big lead on some of the other people. So, okay, let's launch this mission if it ever loads. Okay, launch the mission. We got a very positive thing, so that's plus 50% mission science reward. That's actually much better than I've seen before. That's very, very good. So we got the sounding rocket, and now because we got plus 50 science, I have no idea what that did, but I guess it did something. I guess we got, instead of 200, 400. So that is actually amazing. So now I think that what I want to do is I want to rush medium launch pad, or first just to build the rocket, get the Jupiter launch pad, get the Jupiter thing. So now here are the milestones for here, but we have to go over to the moon to get this milestone. I'm the only one who has it planned, researched and not planned, so we'll just build the hidden and go to the solar system and just go through the months. Our research is complete. Great, great, great. We got 200 science from discovering radiation belts. That's just like random events that just happened. Our Jupiter booster is researched, or capsule or whatever, I don't know what it was. But now we just gotta design this. There we go. Here we go. I think this can actually, yes, it can launch with a small launch pad, so we don't need the medium one. So let's just build the vehicle. It will take 4 months, not too long, but just in case I'm going to get the medium launch pad anyway, because that will boost everything in the future, so I want to wait for that. I will also get mission control because that is very good. And instead of building, I think I might just clear a couple things out. Clear you, can't clear you. Just clear the event. Okay, all done, I guess. All cleared. But we only have 7k left, so we'll just have to wait a month and we'll get like 100k. And it looks like China is the second one to actually launch something into orbit. They've launched 2 things, or no, that's Russia. No, never mind. Russia has launched something into orbit, not China has launched 2 things. Here, rocket testing pad, that'll get a boost of +1 launch reliability, -3% full time. I'm all in for that. And we can set our next research, which will be the medium launch pad, or even better, I think I might actually just change it to human in space, because I can get that very quickly, and possibly even be the one to get it first, which is what I plan to do. Okay, so here is the launch. I'm just going to train science because that's the only thing I can train, and we will launch it in 3 months. And we can just do next month. Here's the funding. We are tier 3 in fundings, so that's pretty good. Rocket test pad is complete. And now here's the launch. The lunar orbit launch. Happening sometime in 1959, I think it is. Okay, continue, and we are launching. Away it goes. Okay, so that's a negative effect. We get minus 10% payload reliability. That might completely ruin the entire mission, or might not. Let's see how things play out. Okay, 2 and 3. 2 and 3. So what we need is 2 and 3. So the minus payload reliability is now 30%, 70%, 10%. So it would have been 20%, but I guess things have happened. So we only need 2 and 3, which we can get very, very easily by just doing that. And we have 3 slots now, so very easy to do. And we also have more options now. We have navigation and data, and we can get comms to use with navigation to get data. But no one really needs that, because I can just spam this 2 more times, or 1 more time, and then I can spam it again next turn if it doesn't fail. Never mind. Did fail. But I can do it again, and that will get me plus 50%. But now we go on to the next step. We get to the post-lunar transaction, or transformation, I don't know. What does it say? I have no idea. So now we need comms and data. And so we can get this quite easily, I would assume, by just doing... I'm going to do that, and then start with that. Okay, that's not a good start, but we will see. Okay, so good. So we now have 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 4. So I can literally just do this again, and then just spam this 2 times. And we can get 6 and 7. And then it will be very easy to get the data. Because, oh, and if you use too much power, you can't do this one. I mean, well, you can't do another one if you have power in it. For instance, if you had 3 power and you did this one, if you did this one, and this one, then if you needed to reuse a power for this one, you could not do this one. And that's quite a good stoppage for just like spamming things like and not having any like risk factor or planning going through it. So 7 out of 7 goes orbit transaction or whatever, and we got 43, and we got I think 100% plus because we got 50/50, or maybe it was just 50%, I don't know. But that was it. We got to the moon. We got there first as well, and we got a lot of signs from it and a lot of other things. I think I'm gonna leave it off there. I think the next one I will do is actually just trying to get the man into space, or possibly even going to the moon first. And if I can do that, I'll continue possibly going further, because the end game, the goal is to get all the way to having a base and a crewed landing on Mars. So, see how that goes. If you like the video, as I said earlier, like and subscribe, because I really do want to make more of this kind of content. This is the first video, so I really do want to see how it does. So if you could hit that subscribe button, comment, or like, that really helps me out a lot. And I will try to make another one of these soon.